Welcome, everyone, to the Living Oneness Gathering. I am your host, Sue Dumais. It's an honor to be here with you once again, sharing this space, joining hearts, and aligning with the intention and vision to unify us in love for each other and our planet as we shift consciousness from head to heart and be messengers of love in the world, be here. And really, it's about unlocking and unleashing your full potential. And in doing that, you fulfill your divine assignments, you fulfill your grand purpose, your higher purpose, your divine purpose. And it's not so much about finding out what your purpose is, because a lot of people are chasing that. It's more about feeling purpose in every moment, feeling purpose with your breath, feeling purpose with every action or non-action you take, feeling purpose with your frequency, your energy, your intentions, your visions. It's really living in a state of being on purpose. And when we are in alignment, there is a feeling of purpose. There's a feeling of direction. There's a feeling of that you're on path, even if you don't see what that path is, and even if you don't know where that path is leading, there's a feeling of being on path. That's what's being asked right now. That's what the invitation is. And that's what's possible for all of us to have that experience, to feel that, to know that, to live and breathe that deep knowing. There's an idea that purpose is something that we need to figure out and chase. And the mind and the ego has gotten really good at hijacking that and running with that and trying to figure out what purpose is. But really, purpose is more of a feeling than a form. And that's why I often use different words because purpose has been so overused and it's got so much weight to it. And people have put so much value in figuring it out that the ego's just hijacked it. So it's not really helpful for a lot of people to be chasing what their purpose is. And if you focus on more of the feeling, what does it feel like to be in alignment? Then purpose just a side effect. Feeling purposeful, feeling on purpose. And I often say anything on your path is purposeful. If it's on your path, it must be purposeful. There's a reason for it. There's a purpose for it there. Sometimes we get the insight as to what that purpose is, and sometimes we don't. Sometimes we get it in hindsight. Sometimes we get it in the present moment. I call present moment hindsight, but not always. Sometimes we really need to walk with deep trust and blind faith. And that's really a lot of what's being asked of us right now, because there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknown, but that's the mystery of life. That's the excitement. And we can be in that state of wonderment and enthusiasm and excitement for that. The unknown is not to be feared. The unknown is inevitable. It is, everything is unknown because what we are trying to know at the level of the head is not, it's so limited. The knowing that we're really tapping into is at the level of the heart. And in heart consciousness, when we tap into that knowing, we go beyond the limitations that our mental programming and the the embedded programming holds. All of that can be lifted out, or all of that can be placed aside. So the unknown at the level of the mind is known at the level of the heart. It's known in a deep, deep core soul level. We know. You all know on the deepest soul level who you are and why you're here, especially right now. On the deepest soul level, you know. And it's that knowing when you tap into it that there's a freedom that comes with that. There's an excitement, there's an anticipation, there's a um, energy that carries you through everything. So, and anything that's not in alignment with that will be felt, especially now, because I've said this many times. Our sensitivities are higher than ever before, and they are becoming more and more heightened. So just when you think you can't be more sensitive, your sensitivity is going to be heightened. That's good news because that means that you can't stay out of alignment for any moment of time. You really need to stay in alignment, and it's almost non-negotiable. Otherwise, it gets really uncomfortable really fast. So our sensitivities are heightened, and our tolerance is so low, if not zero. Mine is -0. I'm like negative, negative. I can't be out of alignment. I'd have zero tolerance for it. And in the moments where if I struggle or question or even just like a blip, it's like, oh, I feel it right away and I have to clear it and I have to align and I transmute it and I do what I can to come back into alignment. It's designed that way. And guess who designed it that way? It wasn't me. Well, it was me, it was you, it was all of us. We did this. We did this on purpose. We did it on purpose right now because it's cornering us in our humanness. It's cornering us in our fear. It's cornering us in all of these things to say, hey, enough. That's it. Wake up, get out of bed. Let's do this. It's time. There's no more delay. You designed yourself to be highly sensitive now or becoming more highly and highly, highly sensitive. And you designed it so that your tolerance would become lower and lower and lower. So that you would choose, consciously to align with these new energies and new frequencies that are available to us now. You're in those blurred timelines. Remember, I talked last week, the timelines are blurred. So in every moment, you're choosing whether you realize it or not. And when we choose the new timeline, when we choose the new frequency, when we choose the new way of being, when we choose the new earth, whatever you want to call it, you are shifting your energy in a way that will open up potential that your mind can't even begin to imagine. And at the same time, you empower others to do the same. You're actually inspiring and empowering others to make a choice for themselves, whether you say anything to them or not. I'm not saying you have to go and speak and do all these things, just you being, embodying that new potential, that new frequency, that new energy, you fully embodying it the best you can. And the best you can is good enough, I tell you. You don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be 100%. Just do the best you can in the moment that you're doing it. Be the best you can in the moment that you're being. That's good enough. And that's more than enough. And it actually has a far more reaching impact than you can even measure or realize. I can feel it. I can feel the energy shifting on a global and cosmic level. I can feel energies that are shifting in ways that I'm really excited about. I can also see contractions and energies that are mixing up and getting all crazy over here, but I don't have to focus on them because what happens if I focus on them, they expand. I feed them. I empower them. If I focus on fear, I'm feeding fear. If I focus on all of that, I feed it. I add to it. I give it power. So I choose to be aware of that. I can look upon it, be aware of it. I'm not turning a blind eye. I'm not bypassing it. I can be aware of those things that I'm meant to be aware of. I'm shown. I'm always shown. It always comes up somehow on my feed or in conversation, or I overhear somebody saying something. And I'm like, oh, I need to be aware of that. So then I go and I look at that. But I don't focus my energy there. I don't get caught up in it. I don't let myself get pulled down a wormhole around it. I am aware. I observe without judgment. And then I ask, what am I meant to do with this information? How am I meant to serve? And I could completely turn away from it and go in a very different direction that perceives to be unrelated, but I always know it's related because everything is connected. Everything is connected. So everything you do impacts the whole, whether you realize it or not, whether you want it to or not. So in the moment that you are choosing alignment with a new way of being, the new energies, the new frequencies, the new earth, the new timeline, you're having an impact. You're having an impact for your body, for your energy field, for your experience, for your soul, but you're also having an impact on the whole of creation. And I'm not just talking about global, because all of my universal cosmic work, I'm tapping into the whole all the time. That's part of my assignment here. That's one of my divine assignments here. And it's actually amplifying. It's growing, it's expanding. And remember, we don't need 100% of the population to come along for the ride. We don't need everybody to believe or understand or be love or anything. We just need to do that for ourselves. Be that tuning fork, be the best tuning fork you can at the time. Don't judge yourself for when you forget. Forgive yourself for when you forget. And celebrate when you remember, because that celebration, that energy of celebration, that energy of anticipation, that energy of wonderment, fascination, enthusiasm, even peace. If you can't get to enthusiasm, stay at peace and neutrality. I'd rather you be neutral than be in judgment and be in fear. Find neutrality, find peace. How can I calm my nervous system right now? Just put your hand on your heart and take a breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. In this moment, I am breathing. I am here now. I'm okay. All is well. Even if it appears to be chaotic on the outside, know that it's moving to coherence. We're shifting into coherence. Things are going to get rattly and shaky and chaotic. On the outside, things are not going to look prettier. But on the inside, you can find a solid energy and alignment with peace and calm. And I know that if I've done it, you can do it. And when I'm in that state of alignment, joy naturally arises. Purpose naturally is present and shown. All of these things that people are searching and seeking for, it's provided. When you're in alignment, you have access to everything, everything and more, so much more than you can imagine. I got something to say today. Apparently, I got some energy charge to say it. So this is good. This is all good news. The miracles are all around already. Focus on them, celebrate them, energize them within your beingness, within your cells, within your mind, within your heart, within your energy field. This is the invitation. Should you accept? You can say, yes, thank you. I accept. Yes, I'm here. I'm willing. Let's do this. We got this. We're already doing it. That's the good news. We're already doing it and we're already having an impact. So hold steady. Hold steady even when you're in doubt. Hold steady even if fear comes up. Hold steady no matter what. Just hold steady. Stay the course. The out of balance energies are ramping up, trying hard. I'm working with them to keep them at bay as much as I can. It's a bit of a full-time job. However, we're still making progress. They're throwing all the out of balance energies are throwing everything they got. And we're still making progress. Do you hear that? We're still, this is good news. I'm like, trust me, I've been doing this work for a long time and the out of balance energies, there's been times where I'm like, oh my God, I can't do it anymore. I just like, oh, I just want to give up. I just want to stop. I just want to break. But we have to hold steady. That's all we can do. That's all I've done. That's all you can do. And the more we do that, yeah, that's where we really make some good, beautiful shifts. We're already doing that. We're already making some good, beautiful shifts. and we'll continue to make more. So I thank you all for being here, being part of this gathering, being part of this movement, this mission, this divine assignment. You're all part of this divine assignment. We all are in our own ways, and we have our own little sub divine assignments, but ultimately we are all here to balance, harmonize, and align with a whole new way of being in relationship to all of creation. And that includes Mother Earth, that includes all individuals, that includes us within and around us. Everything's included. Everything's included right from the beginning of creation, from the very first moment of creation and source, all included. So thank you for being part of this assignment. Thank you for saying yes to play your part. Thank you for showing up. You're having an impact. Your presence has an impact. Your presence is healing. Your presence is invoking awareness, a wakefulness, a new light. And you know, for some of you, I know you're thinking about maybe doing something, you're not sure what to do. Just start. Just start following the feeling. Don't think about what should I do? What kind of business should I start? How am I going to do this? How am I going to market it? Just follow the feeling of it. The feeling will lead you to the frequencies. And when you align with the frequencies, everything unlocks and everything shows up. I couldn't have built heart-led living from my head. That would be a counterintuitive. But I tried a few times. Trust me, I tried. And my ego wanted to be the boss. I had to fire my ego and say, no, no, you're not in charge here. But I built this business and I'm doing all of these things from following my guidance, following the feeling of what feels guided. And things were revealed. I actually had membership calls. In 2012, I started my membership calls before I even had a website, before I even called it Heart-Led Living. It was actually called Get Out of Your Own Way in the beginning. Heart-Led Living came, I didn't have the website, I had memberships, I had all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, I was writing a book later down the road, and then the website came. It's like it was all backwards and sideways and upside down and came in different. Like I couldn't have figured that out. There's no business plan that made sense. It wasn't A, B, C, D, E. It was like all over the map. But it was so brilliantly orchestrated. So let your heart's calling be answered and orchestrated by your divine knowing, that feeling inside of you. Follow that. And it'll all be revealed. Moment by moment, breadcrumb by breadcrumb, and follow the breadcrumbs even if they don't make sense. And if there's a breadcrumb that's like totally like just landed and it doesn't make any sense at all, do it anyways. If it feels guided, do it anyways. Trust it. We're making a big shift in our lives right now, my husband and I, and it literally came in as a little seed, and then next thing you know, I was sitting in meditation. I'm like, ooh, we need to do this. And I went and I talked to him and kind of explained what I was seeing. He's like, okay, let's do it. And like literally we had the idea and then boom, boom, boom. It's like it's all happened so quickly because it's aligned, because it's guided and it's being orchestrated. And all of the balanced energies are like, yes, let's help you. We can help you. Consciousness is working with consciousness. Balanced consciousness is wanting everything to come into harmony and balance. So those of you that are meant to do any kind of work, personally or professionally, there are forces that are waiting for you to say yes, waiting for you to get out of the way, waiting for you to let your heart guide you, for your head to step aside, for your ego to step aside, and for you to choose to not let the head, the mind, and the ego stop you and not let fear stop you. Just take the step. Take the step that's in front of you. Don't focus on the 10 more that's after that, just the step that's in front of you. This is where we go. This is how we get where we're meant to get. One step at a time, one breath at a time, one moment at a time. That's all we've got. It's all we've got to work with, but that's all we need to work with. That's the good news. It's like that's all we got, and that's all we need. It's good stuff. Take a breath. I'm supercharged. I did do the liver detox, be part of it. I'm like, but it's all good. I got lots of energy. I didn't have energy the day I was doing the liver detox. It's the next day where I'm like feeling all light and good. All right, let's close your eyes. Let's go in. I know many of you are already in. You're in it because as soon as you join, you're in it. But let's go a little bit more inward. As you take some deep breaths, feel your heart. You may feel the physical heart on the left side of your chest, or you may be tuning into the center of the chest, more in the heart center, the energy center that's there. For the longest time, a lot of people would connect to their physical heart to get guidance and intuition, and then it shifted to the center of the chest for guidance and intuition. Now it's actually a blend of the two. This is how intuition is shifting and evolving. This is part of what I want to teach in my upcoming intuition immersion. I'll share more information as that's coming. I feel like it's pretty close, but intuition's evolving. The way we receive information, the way we connect to our intuition has changed. Some of it, the foundational stuff is there, but it just needs a little tweaking or little additional pieces for it to really be experienced in the way that it's meant to be experienced now. And many of us will go through an intuition initiation into the new way. Because if you, this is an interesting vision, if you approach intuition the way you've always approached it, the mind will run some form of interference because we've been using the mind and the heart, the physical heart and the mind, to work with our intuition. The mind needs to be lifted out of the equation so that the heart is truly leading, that the intuition is really coming from the center of the heart space, the energy center of the heart, and the energy chakra of the heart has changed. The flow, the movement of it has to change. It needs to be evolved as well. So all of this together unlocks a whole other realm of potentiality for receiving insight, knowing, guidance, directions. Take some deep breaths. The challenge is that we need to let go of the old way in order to allow the new way to come in. And sometimes there's a gap between the old way and the new way. So we're standing in the middle and we feel like we're in a little bit of limbo, and we're standing in this space of disorientation a lot of times. And in that disorientation, doubt comes in, fear comes in, the ego takes over, and then you default back. But if you hold steady in the disorientation and trust it, it's just part of the process. It's just a phase in your evolution of your intuition. Then you will start to shift into not a disorientation, but a new orientation of how your intuition can work for you in ways that it's never worked for you before, in ways that we blend, ways that it worked, the old ways and the new ways will blend. New ways will come in, new pathways will be formed. And those new pathways might be collective. A lot of people will experience some new pathways that other people are going to experience, but there are also very unique pathways that will be connected to your own energy signature, your own energy frequency signature. That's what's exciting about this evolution. That's what's exciting about this new way of being. And the ego is holding on to the old because it's like, but we don't know what's over there. And I'm like, yes, good. Because if you knew what was over there, then you're in the wrong spot. The fact that we don't know what's beyond means that the mind can't know what's beyond. And we will shift into heart consciousness and go beyond the mind. Take some deep breaths. Any fear, any doubt, any worry, any concern, even question marks, just fold them into your heart. Just stir them in and say, you're all welcome. I embrace and accept all of you. I honor all of you. I witness all of you. And I don't need you anymore. I don't need fear to dictate and to help me figure out what to do. I don't need doubt to make me question. I don't need concern and worry. Those are all old ways of being. So as you fold them in and stir them in and start to transmute them, allow them to be processed, allow them to be honored. Some of them will stay, some of them will just automatically dissolve and transmute. Some of them will clear down the central channel out through the bottom of the energy field. Some of them will shoot out through the top and clear. Some of them might linger because there's a little bit more to understand or know. That's okay. There's no right or wrong here. Just notice what is, accept what is, invite what's meant to be. Accept what is and invite what's meant to be. Are you willing to let go of all the ways that you've been holding yourself back? Are you willing to let go of all the ways the ego is holding you back? Are you willing to let go of all the ways that humanity or other people or programming or your superiors or parents or anybody else in your life has held you back in the past or is presently? Are you willing to let go of all of that and sit in the unknown? Sit in the middle, in the limbo between what was and what's possible. Are you willing to be in the middle where it maybe feels a little bit uncomfortable? Maybe it feels a little vacant. Maybe it feels a little empty. But this is a blank canvas. It's not empty in the way of something's missing. This is a beautiful canvas of pure potentiality, waiting to be watered, nourished, painted, created. This is the seed before it's planted. You could look at the seed and wonder what kind of seed it is and what it might grow, but you are the seed. Just getting this picture of a big, huge sunflower. And all the seeds that come at the end of the experience of creation of that cycle of life of that sunflower. You are one of those seeds. But you are not a seed that will be taken from that sunflower and placed in the ground that will become a sunflower, the exact same sunflower that was. You might have similar colors, similar growth and height, but you're going to be unique. And right now, when we tap into the unified field, which we all have access to now, most of us don't know it. Most of us don't realize how much access we have and how to access it purposefully and intentionally. But we have access to a field that can take a sunflower seed and grow an oak tree. I know it's a stretch for the mind. This is the vision I'm shown. This is the message we need to hear. The rules of creation that have held us back for so long are being lifted. Well, we need to understand the new ways of being and the new, I don't want to use the word rules, the new ways to really work with it in the way that's going to serve at the highest level. There are certain things that we can learn how to do. There are certain ways that we can help facilitate. There are certain ways that we can remove blocks and obstacles and fears and to allow this new way of being to come forth from within us and pour forth all around us. The other day, I had this vision in meditation of the beautiful northern lights in the sky, green and blue and different tones and colors. And I literally, my arm went up and I felt like I had a paintbrush in my fingers and I just painted the sky and it changed colors. You're the artist with a blank canvas. We all are. And then we bring those canvases together to really paint the big picture for all of creation. This is all seated in the unknown. So much potential in the unknown. Nothing we need to be afraid of in the unknown. And in fact, the more we are embracing the unknown, the more we align with the path we're meant to be on, the more we can fulfill our soul's destiny, the more we can say yes and complete our divine assignments. It's no accident you're here on this earth at this time. You're here to play a role, and that role looks different for everyone, but every single element of creation has a role to play, and that role, whether it's a stone, a rock, a tree, an ocean, an individual, everybody's role is essential. Even the roles that appear to be more criminal-like or unbalanced, dark in nature in the way of the unbalanced energies, they're playing an essential role as well. Triggering others to balance and to harmonize and to align. Triggering others to make a choice for love. Triggering compassion. But don't confuse those unbalanced energies that are triggering us to be the savior, to be the answer, the key. Because the unbalanced energies would love for you to devote everything to them. The out of balanced energies would love for you to believe in the power of that one or two or that group. And the out of balanced energies are very convincing, very conniving, very manipulative, and very clever. They'll say all the right things in all the right ways, but the agenda behind it is not pure, clear, and clean. The agenda behind it is control, manipulation, coercion. So don't take the bait. Trust your heart. Trust your inner knowing. Trust your soul and the divinity within you to guide you and lead you and direct you. Trust the feeling of alignment. And be willing to practice discernment so that you can really feel true alignment, not fear disguised as alignment, ego disguised as alignment, that false light or that false energy, pretending to be love. You will feel it, you will know it. The more you practice the discernment at the subtlest levels, the more you just don't trust something blindly. You've talked about this in the prey predator syndrome episodes. Don't trust blindly. Go inward and trust your heart. Trust your divinity to guide you and lead you. Trust your divinity to show you the truth and what you need to see and know about the things that are around you, about the people that are around you. Take some deep breaths. As you exhale, exhale some of the density and heaviness. Let it leave with the breath. Any clouds or specks, whether it's small or big, just imagine it could go out with the breath. And as you exhale, you might even lift your head up a little bit and tilt your nose up and let the breath carry the density out. Carry the fear, the doubt, the worry, the concern, the grief. It's just energy that needs to be honored and witnessed and processed. As you let it release into your field, let your energy field transmute it. Let the energy, let the balance energies take it and honor it and work with it and swirl with it, transmuting it or clearing it from your field, whatever's purposeful. Because if it clears from your field, then perhaps it's meant to be Mother Earth's job to transmute it, to take it, recycle it, reform it, renew it. Anything that's not serving you can be released. Mother Earth can take it, the conscious energy around you, consciousness can take it to where it needs to go, use it in the way it's meant to, but you holding it is not going to help. I can feel a constriction on the throat for some of you. So as I'm saying that, there's some energy in the throat that needs to clear. So if it's yours, stir it in to the central channel around the throat. This is the fear of speaking your truth, the fear of being heard, the fear of needing to be a voice, perhaps. For some of you, it's just old stuff needs to clear. Stir it in, honor it, witness it, appreciate gratitude. Transmute it. Let it be released. Let it move. Any energy that's held becomes stagnant energy, becomes a block, becomes heavy. We want it all to move, be moving freely in whatever way it's meant to, in whatever way it can serve at the highest level, you and all of creation. Hold that intention, and the energy can be moved a lot easier. As you stand in this space of the unknown and you Made me feel a little disoriented. I remember the first few times that fear actually disappeared for me. It was uncomfortable because I felt like it was a friend that was missing. I was looking for it. Something would happen, I'd look around, and it's like it was eerie almost because fear was absent. I was so used to fear. Fear was such a companion for so long for me. And it was eerie and odd and felt like someone was missing, something was missing. I felt some grief. It was disorienting. And the disorientation phase is actually purposeful, and it is part of our evolution, and moments when we're letting go and coming full circle around a healing around something or reconciling something or an experience in our life. There's often a disorientation phase, and we often get stuck there, or we judge and then we kind of fall backwards a little bit, take a step back. The disorientation for me is actually really exciting because then I know I'm on track. But remember that there's a disorientation phase and then there's a new orientation, a new way of being, like going to university and you have to figure out how to figure out where your dorm is and where the classes are and where the library is. So that new orientation, you can have a guide for that. Your heart can be your guide. Your divine self is guiding your human self all the time. Let it. Let it guide you. Let it guide you around the corner of the unknown. Let it guide you into the dark shadows of the unknown. Let it guide you to the light. Let it guide you to beauty. We don't need to be afraid of any of it. The unknown is potential. Pure potentiality packaged as unknown. It's an adventure. It's a mystery. It's exciting. So embrace the energy of curiosity, wonderment. And if you can't get there, then stay in neutrality. I don't know what all this is for, and it's okay. I don't understand what's happening, and it's okay. Acceptance and neutrality. I'm afraid to feel, and it's okay. So I'm just going to find neutral. Neutral is better than fear. Neutral is better than doubt. But we don't deny the doubt. We don't bypass it. We fold it in. We stir it in. We welcome it. It's just energy. Energy in the form of an emotion. It's okay. Sometimes we need help. Sometimes we may need to work with somebody. Sometimes we may need to have a conversation. Sometimes you may need to journal. Sometimes you need to read a book. Sometimes you need to listen to an audio. You'll be guided to that. Trust that you'll be guided. Trust that you'll be directed. But don't go looking for directions and guidance at the level of the mind. And certainly don't go looking for directions between the mind and the heart. These new directions are coming in a space between the heart that we knew and the heart that we are learning to know, that we are leaning into knowing. A new way of being, a new way of knowing. And you're in between heart, the old heart and the new heart. I like that. New earth, new heart, new way of being, new timeline. Take some more deep breaths. Bring your body into this space of neutrality or this space of wonderment, curiosity, anticipation, excitement, fascination. Wherever you are, bring your body because the body is the key. We are not going to ascend and leave the body. We are going to evolve our physical body. We're going to evolve our physical heart. We are going to evolve into a new way of being, where our divinity and our humanness are joined, a divine union, where there's no more separation between who we are and where we came from. We're not going to feel so separate from our source. We are going to feel a soul embodiment, a divine embodiment. And even in our human experience, that will evolve. How we are in relationship to being human, that's going to change in amazing ways. And the parts of you that are afraid of that, meet them with love. Meet those parts of you with compassion, with empathy. It's okay that you're afraid. Let me sit with you in that. Let me honor and witness the fear. And let me mirror a new way of being, another possibility, where we don't need to live in fear anymore, where we don't need to be in conflict with ourselves and with each other, where war is no longer a word that we need to use, where peace is our natural way of being, where love is the energy that animates all of us in every moment, where fear is dissolved, where ego doesn't exist. We can be human without ego. We are moving in this evolution, we are moving to a place where ego will be dissolved. We will still have a unique individual expression of our divinity, but we won't need ego, which is the teacher of fear and separation. We won't need ego anymore. So sit down with the ego and thank it for being here. There is a way to lift it out, but ultimately it will be dissolved. There is a way to work with it so that it's not in your way, that it's not holding you back, that it's not blocking or playing interference. In the meantime, meet it with love. And you can actually ask or command, it's not asking, it's commanding the ego, especially any parts of your ego. There's different ego personas, any parts of your ego that are causing interference or causing a block or creating fear, feeding fear. You can tell them to go into the left brain loop amusement park and let them stay there. And it becomes a quarantine. Quarantine where you can't hear the thoughts of fear anymore, where they can't stop you or block you, make you doubt, pretend to be interference to keep you safe, playing small and protected. Ultimately, eventually, the ego will be dissolved. Transmuted into another energy that will support you in this new way of being. Take some more deep breaths. Let yourself become oriented to this new feeling, this new energy that's coming in, this new frequency that's shifting and changing within your cells and all the spaces in between your cells. Let yourself sink into it, settle into it, embrace it, welcome it. Get to know it. Orient yourself here. Gratitude, appreciation for it. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. And then bring it back with you. Let it remain with you as you come back to your physical surroundings. Take your time as you bring this newfound energy and connection to it back with you into the space you're in. With every breath. And if some of it wanes and you lose it a little bit, that's okay. It's not going to go far. You can't unring a bell. As you take some more deep breaths, slowly open your eyes. Just notice how you feel. And you might even notice once you open your eyes, the world looks a little different. Sometimes when you have these experiences, you might look upon things around you and feel like there's maybe a different light within or around them. Sometimes the vision could actually get a little bit more blurred before it gets clear. A lot of people are experiencing vision issues right now. There's a lot of things going on with the vision. One thing that's possible is you're actually seeing the blurred lines of the old frequency. So when I was in a public place recently, I was looking around and I could look at one person and their face was clear, and then I'd look at other people and their face was blurred. And then I'd look at something in an object and something was blurred, and then I look at something else and it was clear. So I was seeing the contrast of the different frequencies of the two timelines. I'm camping out between the two timelines and in two timelines because I'm purposefully there. So that's been my experience. So some of you might be sensing and seeing and feeling the contrast of that can affect your eyesight. So as you take a couple deep breaths, just tune into how you feel. What are you noticing? And if you feel inspired to share it in the chat, I would love to hear. So Emma shared feeling sparkly and electrifying, and thank you for clearing my throat. Yeah, you're welcome. I had to clear the throat. I had to mute for a minute and take some water because it was like, okay, more than one person, but I'm glad I could help. Andrea, this is good to feel the feelings of the idea of what I desire and let what it looks like to come to me. Yes. Beautiful. I feel softness, Maya. Feel light and energized, little floating. Feels like a highway between my heart and throat. Nice. Sarah had some interesting insights and now feeling clearer. Beautiful. You're welcome. Much clearer, Sheila. Yes, I can feel that for you. It's good. Yes, beautiful. So I want you to take a moment to reflect on your experience, but also how you are being in your everyday moments. And to make a commitment to yourself and to your divine knowing in your soul to shift into being in a way that will support you at the highest level, to shift into alignment with your actions, with your choices, with your thoughts, with your words, with your experiences the best you can. As we move more and more toward embracing and fully embodying and jumping onto the new timeline, your ability to really remain aligned is going to be essential. So that's a good practice. So in the moments that you're feeling maybe triggered or caught up in something, it might just be a moment that you just need to feel the feeling that's there, process it, stir it in, and then you might feel clear. So don't let the ego convince you that you've lost track or you're derailed. It's not always the case. Sometimes when you feel discordant energy, it comes in like a big force of energy, some anxiety. Maybe you just need to take 10 breaths and just be with it. Give it some space to be processed. So the best you can, that's all I ask, is for you to do the best you can. And when you forget, forgive yourself. And when you remember, celebrate, be in that energy, acknowledge, appreciate, gratitude. There are times when things will come on my path and it's challenging, and I'll say yes, thank you to it. There's times things will come on my path and it's exciting, and I say yes, thank you to it. I treat those things the same. I'm grateful for all of it, because if it's on your path, it's purposeful. It must be purposeful, otherwise it wouldn't be there. So trust and know that if it's there, there is a purpose to it. You may or may not discover what that purpose is. That's okay. You don't need to. You can be open to it, but you don't need to go digging. Don't go digging, especially if you're digging with the ego. The ego loves to be the archaeologist and dig, dig, dig. Trust that it will be revealed, and or you will be guided to, or someone will share something with you that will spark insight. Most of all, just trust yourself. And if you don't quite feel you can trust yourself because the feeling of trust in your intuition has changed, practice trusting. What do I trust right now? What can I trust right now? Start there. And then celebrate what you can trust. We don't celebrate enough. The energy of celebration is actually quite expansive. Even if it's just a moment of like, you done good, pat yourself on the back. Look at me go. I got this. Look at me, I'm not triggered by that experience anymore. Look at that. Like you don't have to do that braggy outwardly. Braggy inwardly is fine, but toot your own horn. It's okay to do that. It's actually good to do that. You feel free to share in the comments, or you can reply to the email for the replay, or you can jump into our community, social community. Heart-led living community welcomes everybody. It's a non-denominational, all-inclusive community. Everybody's welcome. And it's a very beautiful, heart-scrubbing space to come in and experience what you need to experience and share what you're meant to share. And you can share how your living oneness experience was, because it does actually spark and ignite other insights and experiences for other people as well. So it's a good place to toot your own horn too. And then for those of you that are interested in the intuition immersion that's coming up, I'll be talking about that in the next little bit. I'll be sharing that information. I feel like it's coming very quickly. If that's something you're interested in, you can let me know, or you can make sure you're on my email list so you receive a hearts up about that. And you can sign up at heartledliving.com. Make sure you're on the email list. For those of you that are on the Living Oneness Gathering list, you can make sure you click on preferences and make sure you get the hearts up reminder. Chances are I'll share it with the Living Oneness group too, but I have different lists that you receive different information for. So make sure you're aligned with that. or in the community, you'll receive notice as well. I feel that there is more information that I'm meant to share now. I feel like people are ready for what intuition is meant to be moving forward, and how that plays into heart consciousness, and how that plays into head consciousness, out the door with the head consciousness intuition, more with the heart consciousness intuition. It comes in differently, and I'm really excited to be able to share that with you now. So I've been playing with that for a while now, but I haven't been guided to share it publicly in the way that I'm going to moving forward. So you can stay tuned, and I'll share more information as we go. But I want to thank you all for being here, for being such a beautiful healing presence in the world and in this community. And I honor you. I see you. I appreciate you. Until next time, love and blessings, everyone.